Pues si en algún momento veo que tengo demasiado calor, encenderé el ventiladorcillo pequeño, ¿vale?
Yorinda's self-portrait. Yeah, that's pretty much her. Always pretty, happy, and kind. Even though no one's that friendly to her.
¿En serio?
Yorinda's always clearly the best one there. Got all the coloring in the lines and everything. Of course it's placed in the furthest corner. Thanks, Mother.
Vale.
Should have known. Yoringal's self-portrait. What a mess.
No need to be mean, Winfrieda.
It's true, though. Look at it. Wasn't even trying.
Qué mala eres, ¿no?
Of course, Wilhelm has some cool dude sunglasses and jacket. Truth is, he owns neither. That one is Hans' self-portrait. I like his, too. Nice and simple. No showing off. Unlike some people.
Vale.
Yeah, that's the family. When Father was still with us. What good is a picture anyway? He's gone. And he's not coming back.
It is of great importance, Winfrieda, to keep their spirits close lest we find ourselves alone.
Yeah. Sentimental nonsense, if you ask me.
Vale. Aquí hay que verlo todo. Incluso los
The
retratos.
outside
¿No?
world. Freedom. So near, yet so far.
Don't be so dramatic. Just recite your work like I asked, please.
Que sí. No habrá coger
No,
esto.
Mother seems to think they make the room look friendly or whatever. No, Mother No.
Vale.
No. What would I want with some stupid family picture anyway? I see
Uy.
enough of them in school as it is.
Lo querrás. Lo querrás. Ya lo creo que lo
It opens
querrás.
the shed by the school, with all the neat gardening stuff inside. Not that anyone uses it much since Father didn't come back.
Don't even think about it, Winfrieda.
Oye.
It's a stupid apple that teacher's pet Yannicka brought from
¿Qué pasa, Ogel?
just like she always does. I don't need anything from Yannicka. Mother can keep it. It's water, but with bags of leaves dunked into it. It's like a gross leaf drink.
It's only
Sí.
ever gross if you let it go cold.
More like because it's got gross leaves dunked into it. Ugh.
Es un flashback. Ana tocó a Winfrieda y ahora está rememorando reviviendo su infancia. A ver qué pasó.
And drink leaf water? No, thank you.
Pero que el té está buenísimo. Eres una cerril.
Perfect little Yannicka. She can't help herself. All surrounded by stars, even in a drawing. She thinks she's the center of the universe.
Winfrieda, really, be nice to your sister.
Jacob's self-portrait. Acting the tough guy even on paper. No, Mother. No.
Vale, vamos a seguir viéndolo todo.
The single most uncomfortable piece of furniture you can possibly imagine. It makes sitting through class a pain. Literally. School's over. No way you're getting me back into this desk today. That's
Vale.
where Hans and Yorinda sit. Hans used to sit with me, but Mother moved him when we talked too much.
Hump.
That's where Hans and Yorinda sit. Mother will just get more. That's where Hans and Yorinda sit. Mother will just get more angry, though, if I copy off their work.
Ah, claro.
That's Jacob and precious little Yannicka's desk. Of course, she's front of the class. And of course, Jacob followed her there. That's Jacob and precious little Yannicka's desk. Mother will just get more angry, though, if I copy off their work.
Vale. Vamos a seguir viéndolo todo.
The alphabet. As if I didn't learn that already when I was little. I'll leave the posters be. Joringel or Wilhelm might still need them. It's where the boring lessons are written up on our boring class about boring spells. Not so sure I'd get very far trying to use a chalkboard with my hands.
Oh, Dios mío, cómo necesitaba este café, ¿eh?
The amount of times I've had to take that darn thing outside and whack the chalk out of it. Unless Mother makes me, I'm not touching that wretched thing. Just some plain old white crumbly chalk. The more of this I sneak from Mother, the less lines I have to write in detention.
Mira. ¡Toma! Primer objeto.
It's the thing. You know, the thing that sucks up air and blows it back out.
Un fuelle, ¿no? ¿Patíbulo? Fuelle, ¿no?
The thing. You know, the thing.
Ah,
This thing is great when it's cold. Makes the room super toasty and warm. I
toma.
love this stuff. You can start fires with it, and write with it, and start fires with it. Like everything else, though, Mother doesn't like me taking it. Surprise, surprise. What Mother doesn't know can't hurt her.
What don't I know about?
Oh, nothing, Mother. I mean, Mrs. Folk.
Right. Please don't do anything reckless with the heater, Winfrieda.
Who, me? Never.
Vale. Vamos a hablar con ella. No.
Hey, Mother.
Winfrieda, really.
What did you say you wanted again?
Just the basics. To remind you why you're at this school. If you can recite to me the meaning of word, then you may leave.
Ok.
Okay, let's see. Blah, 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 weird. Blah, blah, destiny. Blah, blah. All right, I think I got it well enough. Let's just spout this off to Mother and get out of here. Okay, let's see. I think I got it well enough. I'm not taking any of the work with me. I have to see it enough in class as it is.
Ok.
Hey, Mother.
Winfrieda, really.
All right. All right. I think I'm ready now.
Very well, go ahead. Tell me what word is.
Weird is the pattern that shapes our destinies, influenced in many ways, in part by the weave of the Norns, 3 great maidens who look upon us all and determine our futures, but also by everything we do, everything our ancestors did. Causality and consequence, it is what will happen, is happening, and what has already happened.
Very good. Now recite the Vogt School of Witchcraft's oath for me.
But Mother... By the weird we shall abide, and in respect treat each day justly, for every right, a path warm and enlightened. For every wrong, a path blackened and cold, and stay cautious of the devil, forever waiting
And stay cautious of the devil, forever waiting to corrupt my resolve.
Yeah, what you said.
Listen to me, Winfrieda. This is what concerns me the most, as it should you.
Oh, here we go.
This science that you and Hans obsess with. Don't let your mind be distracted by what's not important.
Mother! It's just because it's something you don't understand. You're being dramatic.
I am
La
not.
ciencia es
I have
importante.
seen what it will do to you, to your word. It is a dark, dark path, Winfrieda, that you must not take lightheartedly. If your father was here, you know he'd say the same.
That's a lie. He was always happy to let me do my experiments. Unlike you.
He wouldn't have been if it got in the way of your witchcraft, Winfrieda. Not if it let Yannicka get this far ahead of you in your studies.
I've done what you asked. May I leave now?
Yes. Yes, you may. Oh, but Winnie, if you see Hans, tell him to come see me to practice his test. As should you. The Wanderer will be here any day. The judgment he passes will play a crucial part in your word. Practice. Be ready for his test. It is for your own good.
Fine, I will.
Ok. No he probado a escribir
Have
nada
we
en la
done the
pizarra.
right thing, Philip? Putting the fate of the girls in the hands of someone else? No. It is the way of word. I cannot waver. And the girls, we will see. Only time can tell now.
Buenas, Death King. Sí, volveré a jugarlo. Quiero pasar, pero al menos el modo historia. Pero de momento le doy a otras cosillas.
Freedom! Finally! Now, Hans told me he had something he wanted to tell me. Only...
¿Qué pasa, Rancid?
Everyone's here except for him. Where's he gone off to now? Folked, School of Witchcraft.
Sunset Dreams, ¿no? No lo conozco.
That's the
¿Qué
window
pasa,
to my
Lisus?
father's desk. This is kind of boring.
¿Cómo
Is
vamos?
there any particular reason why you were spying on me, Winfrieda?
This place is boring. There's nothing else to do.
Go play with the
Samuel.
other children, without upsetting them, preferably.
All right, all right.
A ver. Quiero probar a escribir algo en la pizarra, a ver si es posible. Toma. ¿Qué es esto?
Not so sure I'd get very far trying to use a chalkboard with my hands. It's where the boring lessons are written up on our boring class about boring spells.
Creo que está puesto el anuncio en Discord, ¿no? Ah, pues le echaré un vistazo le echaré un vistazo a Death King. Las movidas que hace el Rich suelen estar todas muy, muy bien. A ver.
Yeah, she's all right. She hasn't talked since the incident at the lake. Too bad some of the boys around here haven't had the same problem.
Yorinde. Lol.
Hey there, Yorinda. Still not saying much, huh? Between you and me, though, this thing with not talking, was it really from seeing the Weisse Frauen? I mean, they aren't real, right? Never mind.
Dame un segundito entonces, que lo mire. El juego es una aventura gráfica que estamos en el último capítulo. Estoy ahora mirando a ver qué pasa con lo de las alertas de... Con lo de las alertas de... ¿Por qué no funciona? Las alertas de Twitch en Discord. Madre mía. Vale. Hola. No me deja, ¿por qué no me deja? No me deja poner una notificación, ¿por qué? Vale, creo que ya sé cuál es el problema. A ver, un segundito. Vale, perfecto. Vale. Seguimos enseguida, perdonad. Y seguimos enseguida con las aventuras de estos niños psicópatas. Madre mía. Menuda siesta me he marcado antes. Sigo enfermo. Enfermo de somnolencia. Conozco a Killer Creeper de verde en los directos de Elrich. Y también es muy majo. Son los dos. Los dos se montan cosas muy guays. En general, el grupo que tiene Elrich montado está bastante guay. Bastante divertido lo que hacen.
About the amber orb, though, when you fell in the lake, you're sure you didn't see the orb? Because I could be wrong, but I think even if you did see it, then you wouldn't tell me. Because like everyone else, you think it's too dangerous.
Mañana gusanacos.
Yeah,
Sí.
I bet I'm right. It's there, I'm sure of it.
Una pena la forma en la que murió el Rich en permadez, pero bueno.
You seem kind of lonely over here. I could be wrong, but you seem to keep glancing at someone in the yard. Aha! I'm not wrong. Is it a boy? You can tell me. Well, actually, no, I guess you can't, huh?
Mira ese niño.
I bet it's... wait. You wouldn't be the kind to fall for the popular boys. So that must mean... Interesting.
Es que ese mapa es muy bueno.
You seem kind of lonely. I could be wrong.
Vale, vamos. Vale.
Oh well. See you, Yorinda.
Quien tiene que pagar, sobre todo, es
He
Kuldahar.
always gets the best lunches. Those grapes look pretty delicious.
Hey! I didn't say you could have some of my berries.
Come
Oye.
on. You have like a million.
Comparte.
They're my million grapes. Go get your own.
Esta sea.
Yoringle isn't the friendliest kid around, so he's usually on his own. If he stopped yelling at all of us, he might actually make some friends. How's it going, Yoringle?
Huh? You
Parte de la diversión es aprender a manejarlo, ya verás.
for me.
Sobre todo va a molar mucho verte con el jetpack. A ver si te sale el Kaworu Thing.
Why are you over here on your own?
What do you mean? I'm always on my own.
Vale, Deathkin, muchísimas gracias por haber venido y que vaya bien en clase, majo.
You don't care about
Un
me.
saludo.
No one cares about me.
Well, actually, I'm asking you because...
Because you're a trickster. You just want to trick me. I know what you guys are like. Acting like my friend, just so you can take my stuff.
But hey, I've never...
No more. I won't fall for it. If no one cares about Yoringel, then I don't care for anyone either. From now on, Yoringel only cares about Yoringel.
Okay, jeez. Forget I asked.
De hecho, es fácil tirar mal las cosas incluso sabiendo cómo se hace. Me ha pasado a mí. ¿Qué pasa, Fer? ¿Cómo estamos? Sí, el Worms. Mañana toca sesión de Worms. Por la noche.
Yoringle, you dummy. Of course someone cares about you. If you weren't so busy scowling at everyone, you might actually notice them
¡Toma!
glancing at you.
¡Madre mía! Wilfrida la casamentera. ¿Qué dices?
When did they glance at me?
Like, all the time. Constantly.
I
Es
don't
muy
believe
divertido.
you. You're just trying to trick me.
Jeez, you boys are hopeless.
I don't care. There's only one person I want to look at me anyway.
Oh?
I mean... dang it. You better not tease me about it, Winnie.
Why don't you go tell this person then?
It's not easy, you know. I don't know good words to say is all.
You don't know good words.
I never know what to say to her. I get all twisted with my tongue. You better not tell anyone, Winnie.
All right, I won't.
Eso es así. Las jugadas accidentales, un poco, ¿sabes? Cuando tiras una granada, te rebota y te estalla en la cara, suele ser siempre lo más divertido del
Tell
juego.
me again why you won't tell her you like her.
It's not easy, you know. I don't know good words to say is all.
You don't know good words.
I never know what to say to her. I get all twisted with my tongue. You
Vale.
All right. I'll leave you alone then. You happy now?
Berry. They're my berries. My berries.
Madre mía, no te pongas así.
These two brothers, all they care about is looking cool and impressing Yannicka. This one is the tough guy. If the yo-yo didn't make that obvious enough. Something tells me his trick still needs some work, though. These two brothers, this one's playing the I'm too cool to care angle. He's been trying for years and she still doesn't get it.
Qué pesados, ¿no?
Precious little Yannicka. Always the one in Mother's good books. I'll show her she's not always the best. I'll show both of them.
A ver.
Winnie, you finished detention. Are you okay? I hope Mother wasn't too hard on you.
I'm fine, Yannicka. It's just detention. Not that you'd know what that's like.
I know you're a tough
Toda
girl,
resentida,
Winnie. I
Winnie.
just think that, well,
Winnie-
sometimes Mother is
Winfrida.
a bit hard on you is all.
She has to be. With the Wanderer coming and the grades she's getting.
Ha! Exactly. There's no way she'll ever beat you, Yannicka.
It's not a competition, Wilhelm.
There's only one way Winnie will ever get through the Wanderer's test.
Diving into the lake and taking the amber orb from Vice Frauen.
Don't even joke about that. You know what happened to poor Yorinda.
Yeah, maybe Winnie could get some advice from her. If she ever talked again, that is.
Yeah,
Pobrecita.
well, maybe I will. Then I'd really show you guys.
Winnie, no! The Weiss of Frauen, you don't know what they do. You can pass the test without a silly orb. I know you can.
Vice of Frauen. Only you guys would still believe in silly children's tales like that. I have a secret advantage anyway that will make me 10 times better than Yannicka.
But it's really not a competition.
Yeah, right. Here comes the science babble.
It's not babble. You'll see. I'll prove you all wrong and win the test.
Come on, everyone. It's Friday. Let's just have fun.
Wait a second. Not everyone is here. Where's Hans? Do you guys know where he went?
He said he was going to the usual place.
Madre mía,
He
el
seemed
Ran.
pretty excited.
Yeah, their usual little lovebird hideout.
It's not like that. Ugh. Not everyone is like you boys, spending all day dribbling and drooling all over precious you-know-who.
Who know who?
No one, Yannicka.
Yannicka.
Madre mía,
I
qué
never remember his
lamentables.
stupid code for the hideout, though. I hope he's written it down somewhere.
Ahora ya sabemos por qué no hablaba el espíritu de Yorinde. Porque claro, porque no hablaba desde que las damas blancas se la intentaron llevar debajo del río. Ah.
Wilhelm, I need to ask you something.
Sup, Win?
Can I have a go?
No. I don't want girl germs on my yo-yo, Winnie.
Whatever. I saw you let Yannicka use
Vaya
it
un
before.
dramote, ¿eh?
Yannicka isn't a girl. She's a lady.
Jeez. Give me a break.
No es una chica, es una dama.
You seem to be struggling a bit there, huh?
Yeah, well, you seem to be struggling with spells. So there.
Wow. Harsh words. I just mean, aren't you getting a headache?
It's called practice, Winnie. Haven't you heard of no pain, no gain?
Wilhelm, without some kind of helmet, all
Muchísimas gracias, Petaco, por esa resuscripción. 20 meses, maldita sea. Qué grande, 20 meses.
Huh?
20 meses como 20.
If you give me the yo-yo, then you won't need a... That is to say, sure. I'll keep a lookout for you, okay?
Cool, cool.
20 veces como 20 napos. Como 20 nipis. Golpeándome en la frente ahí.
Guess I'll leave it to you then.
Good, you were ruining my concentration anyway.
Lo del follow age, no sé qué bot lo da.
Hey, Jacob.
What now, Winnie?
What's the deal with the flower? Is this some kind of fashion thing, or...
It's nothing. Yeah, sure. Fashion. That's exactly what it is.
Really? Because I don't know. It looks kind of ridiculous.
Like you'd know anything about fashion.
If that's fashion, then I'm glad I don't. Forget it.
No le podemos coger la flor, sin más. Decirte, ¡trae para acá!
Gardening shed. Father was always working in there when he was here. Mother said I'm never to go in there, so there must be really cool stuff in there. Locked, as usual.
Vale, Ran, muchísimas gracias por haber venido, maldita sea, que vaya bien.
Fun stuff in there. Hey there, Yorinda.
Le podemos decir que...
Oh
No.
well. See you, Yorinda.
Vale. ¿Podemos averiguar más cosas?
That's where Hans and Yorinda sit. Hans used to sit with me, but Mother moved him when we talked too much. Geez, these guys are a couple of neat freaks. Everything's so tidy. It's only a bunch of neatly stacked books. So tempting to mess it all up. I wouldn't do that to Yorinda or Hans, though.
Vale.
That's Jacob and precious little Yannick. Of course,
Me muero.
she's front of the class. And of course, Jacob followed her there. Jacob is so messy. What a grub.
Bransilf, tu roba 100
Yannicka, on the
créditos
other hand,
galácticos a
typically
Kaoru.
perfect and
Pringa.
Toma.
what a suck-up.
Toma.
Ugh. Yannicka has like a million notes in here, and Jacob's side is like a trash heap. Unless I have something to look for, I'm not rummaging through all this.
Vale. Vale. Pues nos vamos.
It might seem like an ordinary tree, but really it's our secret hideout. I helped
serio?
Hans make it, but it was his idea. Now it's basically our home, and my favorite place to be. Climbing trees, that's for kids. I'm a sensible scientist girl, so I have to act like one.
Vale.
Climbing trees, I'm a...
Pero bueno.
I can't reach that from where I am now. Darn bees, trying to move into our tree house. You're not welcome here.
Ah.
Oh, that path leads to the lake, where Yorinda says she saw the amber orb. I'm tempted to go see if it is really there, but I'll go see Hans about it before I go all the way out there.
Vale.
These are the hidden buttons Hans uses for the hideout. Only problem is, I can never remember his stupid codes.
Pues fantástico, ¿no? ¿Tiene esto algún sentido? Vamos a ver si ahora podemos hurgar en el...
It's only a bunch of neatly stacked books. So tempting to mess it all up. I wouldn't do that to Yorinda or Hans, though. Geez, these guys are a couple...
¿Cómo podría ser? ¿Cómo podría encontrar una pista? Ah, ¿será esto? ¿Será esto? Un segundito, me lo voy a apuntar. Podría ser, ¿eh? Bien podría ser. Bien podría ser, hostia. No disparo en el pie como no sea. Voy a seguir buscando cosas, porque es que es un poco absurdo. ¡Ay, que me muero! Entonces ya sí, se acabó. Ah,
Mother's spellbook. The spellbook. I've had a peek in it before, and oh boy, sure makes class spells look like child's play.
That's because the class spells are child's play. You're children, after all.
Oh, I wish. No way am I going to get that without help, though.
Vale. O sea, que vamos a tener que hacernos con el... Espera un segundo. ¿Tengo una pista aquí? ¿Visual o algo? Pa. Vale, según esto es... Vale. LOL.
There we are. About time.
Increíble.
Hans? Hello?
Winnie! Oh. Sorry, I didn't hear you come in, but I'm glad you're finally here.
Yeah, well, if it wasn't for your dang door code, what's got you all excited, huh?
You'll never believe what I found. Oh, I barely believe it myself. Last night, by the orphanage, I heard two travelers talking about something. They said it was the scientific discovery of the century.
Well, what was it?
El dragoncillo.
Found it. They found just what we've been looking for. It's called telekinesis.
I'm not following. What's telekinesis?
Telekinesis.
Telekinesis.
Yes, well, I wasn't so sure myself, but I went on to describe how this man could move things just by thinking about it.
So, he was actually a witch then?
No, Winnie, that's the thing. He was just a regular farmer. And that's not all. He could read people's thoughts and feelings, their memories. The townsfolk accused him of being a witch, what with the fear of witchcraft spreading and all. But apparently, he knew nothing about witchcraft. He just sensed his abilities.
Okay, that's nice for him. But I still don't see why you're all excited.
Right, yes. Well, I did some research after hearing this. And it's just like I thought. All the things that were said about this man's abilities. It's just like the third eye chakra spells.
¿Esos de arriba son caramelo?
Subject we had a few weeks ago in class?
Exactly. Don't you see? It's what we've been looking for. It's a connection between science and witchcraft, Winnie.
You mean, this would show Mother once and for all that science is important?
Exactly. Just think of the possibilities, too. The discoveries we could make with this.
Hold on. If this is what the third eye thing can do, then my test, I could pass it easily.
Well, sure. But not just that. If we can learn more about what telekinesis is, then we can help people understand magic through science. People won't have to be afraid of us anymore.
This is it. This could be what finally helps me beat Yannicka once and for all.
Oh, but Winnie, I think perhaps we should concentrate on...
Right. What do we do now? Can we get it? This telekinesis?
Telekinesis.
Telekinesis?
Right, whatever. How do we get it? What do we do?
Well, maybe, but perhaps we shouldn't rush into this.
Rush? Hans, the Wanderer's test is any day now. Mother was just lecturing me about it. If I get this telekinesis, if I use it to pass this test, my weird will be perfect. Mother won't have to scold me or tell me off anymore.
Right. That is true.
And maybe finally, Mother will stop comparing me. I'll never have to be told I'm not as good as precious little Yannicka ever again.
Yeah, you're right, Winnie.
Pobre Hans.
Let's help you pass that test.
So, details. How are we going to do this?
Pobre Hans, que tenía una visión más global de las posibilidades de juntar la telequinesis con la magia. Y está venido aquí con sus mierdas personales.
Do you remember anything about the third eye spells? I might not have been paying too much attention in class.
Yes, I looked over my notes last night. We were never taught any direct awakening spells, but there's one incantation Mrs. Vogt recited from her spellbook that kind of fits.
Okay, great. What is it?
It's an incantation to summon the goddess Minerva for extrasensory insight and knowledge. You imbue magic beads with the spell, then place them on your head to help open your third eye. But Winnie, you know that Mrs. Vogt's spellbook is strictly off-limits to us.
And you know it wouldn't be the first time I've borrowed it either. All right, so first we need a plan for swiping the spellbook again. What else?
Oh, well, from what I remember, the beads are okay. I have some left over from class. But we also need 3 candles. One of white, one of purple, and one of blue.
Ahí entra en juego el avispero, ¿no? El panal de abejas.
We
We could make them, though.
We can? All right, great. Swipe spellbook, make candles. Easy. Let's get cracking then.
Vale.
Where's this telekinesis guy gone? Let's go find him.
Telekinesis.
Surely he could just tell me how to pass my test if he wants to help people, right?
Actually, that was kind of my first thought, too. That's why I'm fixing this machine. The idea is that it reads patterns of energy moving in the brain when you wear it. So if we observe this man's brain patterns, perhaps we could even replicate them.
Yes, that sounds great. Let's do it.
But I'm not so sure. It might take time, Winnie. This machine still needs a lot of work. And the man, he went into hiding.
What? Why?
To avoid punishment. These townspeople, they're really serious about putting an end to witchcraft.
Ugh, darn people. Always getting so worked up about stuff they don't know anything about.
Yes, well, that's why they get worked up, Winnie. We just have to be patient. Find ways to help them understand, you know?
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say.
Qué diferente podría haber sido la vida de Winfrida si Hans no hubiera muerto, ¿no? Aunque no se le ve tampoco que se imponga demasiado.
What do we need for candle making then?
Well, I know it's possible. I just don't know how. Yannika's the one who told me about it. Maybe you can ask her.
Oh. Right, of course she did. Ugh.
But I do know how to make dyes. So if we can make candles, I can help color them. As long as it's the right color, it can be flowers, plants, stuff like that. I have a book on biology around here that might help you.
And we need white, purple, and blue.
Keep your eyes open, and if you see anything, bring it to me and I'll take care
Sí,
of the dye.
las uvas, ¿no? Las flores.
By the way, Mother said you have to go see her about your test.
Oh, right. I still need to pass the smoke appearance module.
Smoke appearance? Oh, is that for your elective?
Yeah, methods of appearing. The only reason I chose it is because I thought I could fake it with solidified carbon dioxide. Turns out, not so easy to move around or use on my own.
Solid carbon... What?
Solidified
Hielo seco,
carbon
¿no?
dioxide. It's that smoky stuff behind me there.
Ooh.
It's kind of like ice, but dry and much colder. So cold it burns you if you touch it. I figured that out the hard way.
But how's that meant to help you with your smoke appearance?
Well, that fog coming off of it, that's sublimation. The ice turning from a solid into a gas. But if you drop the ice into water, then that happens a lot faster and makes a lot more fog.
Ah, I see. And then you'd use that to disguise your appearance. Clever. Maybe not just disguising an appearance, but also a disappearance as well.
Winnie, what are you planning now?
Hans, we'll use this to steal the spellbook. It's perfect. If there's as much fog as you say, it should be easy to grab it while Mother is distracted.
Sure, but like I said, it's too cold to carry, and we don't have any gloves. And besides, I can't really drop it in water without Mrs. Vogt noticing.
Right. Don't worry about all that. I'll find a way I can help while you're doing the test. Leave it to me. I'll figure it out.
Me estaba acordando de lo que ha dicho él.
Right. This incantation isn't, incantating itself. I'm off to get us stuff.
Okay then, Winnie. I'll be here if you need me.
Es un encantamiento que se hace sobre unas cuentas unidas, vamos, como si fuera un rosario, unas bolitas unidas por un hilo, y que te lo pones alrededor de la cabeza para encantar para abrir el tercer ojo, en este caso. Cosas místicas. Supongo que la idea entonces que tenía era ponerlo aquí dentro del casco, ¿verdad?
Part of the machine Hans is working on to copy the old guy's telekinesis. It's the brain, scanning, reading thing. Like Hans was saying, things would be easier if we could just find him and get him to share his ability with us. Hans is working on it, and I don't think he needs my help just yet. It's part of the machine Hans is working. I guess this part things would be easier if Hans is working on.
Vale. Oh. Pero... ¿Hola? ¿Hola? Acabo de coger un caramelo. ¿Dónde está? LOL. ¿Serán coleccionables del juego? Y no he cogido ninguno hasta ahora.
That's Hans' most prized possession. A certificate for first place in a science youth fair. It was his first award for science ever. A silly thing for kids in the village, but still, I'm super proud of him. It'll be the first of many, I'm sure. You kidding
Qué
me?
guay.
That's like the treehouse treasure. It's not going anywhere. So this is that dry ice stuff Hans was talking about. I wonder if it will really make as much fog when added to water as he says it will.
Quémate la mano, por favor.
Ouch!
Good.
Yikes, that's flipping cold.
Good.
A few pretty old tools scavenged from the village. They'll do the job. Nah, I think Hans needs them more than I do. That thing looks particularly complicated.
Vamos a verlo todo y luego continuamos.
These are just different chemicals we keep around for various experiments. It's third eye spell making time, so no experiments today. Ah, yes, well, looks to me like the gas from that thing is becoming a liquid in that thing, and that thing is... Ah, who am I kidding? Hans is always one step ahead in learning all of this stuff. Who knows what Hans is doing with this experiment here? Best not to touch. These look like diagrams for Hans' machine. I can actually kind of follow this. After
Nice.
all the time I've spent watching him tinker with these things, it's not too surprising, I guess. It's good where it is.
Tiene sentido que te pongan el diagrama, porque como luego ella tiene la máquina, supongo que la termina ella.
Hans manages to find bunches of new ones every week from the village. I try and keep up with him, but geez, he can read books way bigger than I can. Let's see. Hans' books are pretty complex. Usually I can find a good one, though. There's Euclidean works in space and number theory. Charles Babbage and the Turing equivalent. Yeah. Oh, this must be the biology book Hans mentioned. Biology for Beginners.
Vale.
According to Hans, I should be able to make colored dyes from plants and stuff. Let's see here. Lots of different berries, purple and blue. Maybe I can find some of them. Oh, the blue cornflower. I'm sure I've seen this somewhere. It's perfect. It says, the cornflower is oft worn by young men in love, as symbol of their affections. Where did I see it?
El tipo este lo tenía en el cuello. ¿Esto se podrá mezclar?
This isn't so easy to get, you know. I need to hold on to it for him. That doesn't need any chalk. I'm not sure. But would this work for a white candle?
Chalk? Yeah. Yeah, that should do nicely.
Perfecto.
Let's see then. That means we still need something to make candles out of, something to make the wicks out of for the candles, something to make blue dye, something to make purple dye, to somehow steal Mrs. Vogt's spell book. And then that should do it.
Still
Okay.
so much left.
Don't worry, Winnie. You're doing well. You can do it.
This little fellow always comes and keeps us company at the hideout. Apart from me and Hans, he's the only other one that knows where it is. So no telling, got it? Ah, he looks hungry. I better find something for him to eat first. He doesn't like being handled too much when he's hungry. Do you? No, you don't.
A ver. ¿Será esta vaina? Yes.
Oh, excuse you. All right. Time to get rid of that fiery breath before you get a bellyache.
Winnie, don't take him away for too long. You know the red dragon gets agitated when the baby's away from her.
I know. Jeez, you sound like Mother.
Hey, sorry. Just careful with the little guy, okay?
¡Pasa, Raulico!